Hey. What's going on, Instagram? Let's see what we got here. Just going live real quick. Will not be here long at all. It's a snowy day in Portland. Yeah, good snowy day. Well, I don't know about good, but snowy for sure. Definitely a snowy day. But with that being said, I'm gonna put some more stuff out today. Hey, what's going on, Squeeze? What's going on, my brother? I'm just coming on live real quick, just seeing what's going on. I got a meeting here shortly, but I will be posting some more videos on my YouTube channel. So make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beatzillapdx official. Go like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you get all the notifications and whatnot. Yeah, man, how you doing, Quiz? Interesting time we are in, man. Definitely. Crazy time we in, really. Yeah, brother. Yep. So I'm just coming on here real quick. I gotta I'm doing a video. I would have did a live, but because I got so much going on this evening, I'm just gonna upload a video later, so be on the lookout for it might be one or it might even be two, but I'll be doing some videos later, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this space, which of course everybody knows I'm on the West Coast. Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but now you do. I'm on the West Coast, so if I went live here, you know, should I do it in the daytime or should I do it in the evening? Because I know a lot of people that I interact with and that interact with me live on the East Coast and live on the East Coast time. So I have to keep that in mind as well. But hopefully you guys have been watching the videos. I've been checking out the my podcast, All Real Truth, and that's at you can find that at Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts. You can get that there. But yeah, definitely I want to push this traffic to my YouTube page, and then I'll also be doing some more things here. Man, you be asking me these weird questions all the time, man. Do I think Kamala is black? Which one of her parents is black? Which one of her parents would you be referring to that identifies as black? Since you're asking me about Kamala Harris, type that in the chat. Yeah, I don't do the odd ass question thing. You know, if the questions sound weird, you'll get restricted. Because I don't do a lot of that. I have plenty of content out here to make my positions clear. I post enough to make my positions clear. So to even ask me about Kamala Harris when I have posted enough about what I feel she is, if you know where that one of the people who was the first people to post her mother's birth certificate was me. So I would have to always ask, which parent are you identifying as her black parent? I never went out of my way. I don't have no dog in that fight. I didn't support Biden. I didn't support Trump. Now you're asking me about Umar. Why are you asking me about Umar? What do me and Dr. Umar have in common? He's definitely spoken on some things. I don't know the man personally, so I really can't have an opinion on a person I don't know. As far as the work and content and books that he's written, do I think he's stealing money from the schools? I don't know. I mean, I don't put any thought into it. One thing about this, I don't know where you're from, but I'm from the West Coast. One thing we don't get into is pocket watching. So, you know, if that's what he's doing, anybody who's investing in that situation and not seeing a return, they should probably have a concern. As far as me, I don't have any investment in that. So whether he's doing one thing or the other doesn't concern me. You know, hopefully everything works out with that. It sounds like a good idea. You know, that's about, you know, it sounds like a great idea. What you know, we would all want a school that we could have calling our own, that teaches our own about our own. So that within itself would be a benefit. Now, of course, right now, truth be told, what could happen, thank you. What could happen is online learning. So, you know, I guess if an idea to be able to produce a result would just be to produce online schooling for the participants in what he's doing. You know, there are things that can be done, I guess. I'm not sure what the situation is in that state, so who knows? But you know, there's a lot of different content creators out here. Not everybody's gonna be everybody's cup of tea. This I get. Now, with that being said, a little bit of something about myself. You know, I don't really get into. A lot of people mistake what I post. I've had one person come on my page and kind of flip out here in the last week about, you know, calling me a misogynist and narcissist and all of this madness. No. And to speak to another point of one of these like talking points, I deal on an intellectual level. I've been through way too much to be an emotional man. I don't think there's anything about the energy I put off that would give you that fact that I'm somehow triggered on anything. Nah, that's right. That's me in real life. Yeah, you'll never see me giving nothing like that. I say what I say and I make my points. If you don't agree, that's cool. But don't put false labels on people, because I don't do that to anyone. Don't come to my page calling people out of their names, whether it's me or anybody else in my comments. I like to keep things respectable. If you're going to ask me questions about myself, do not ask me something pertaining to someone else, like I just had to do. Because I don't get into what other people do. This is this space. This is the Beatzillapdx space. So, you know, if you feel some kind of way about something, I'm not finna get on no bandwagon against anyone. Anyone you see me dealing with is somebody that actually has something to say to me as well, or something to say about our overall community. And it was working against being on code. So there right there is a big difference. So, you know, that might be a misconception, but let me be very clear. I'm all about our community, and we can't have a community without intact black women and black men. And I say intact, not broken, but intact. And too often we get into this thing where you're bringing brokenness and acting like it should be treated as it's intact, and then disaster strikes and no one takes accountability for what happened. But the unfortunate part about that, there's never any reconciliation or healing or reviving the opportunity that was lost by the foolishness. So when I say have tough conversations, I mean actual tough conversations. Oftentimes, you know, we are fed a lot of things that aren't really for our benefit. They're not for our benefit as a people at all. So a lot of things that gets targeted towards the black community is always about division. And just we got division on so many different levels. You could hear about the Willie Lynch letter. You could read it, but even still, even with that notion, the crabs in the barrel mentality always seem to take hold more so than even being aware that this is something that was pushed on us to do. So, you know, I've done a show. If you, again, go follow my YouTube page, Beatzillapdx Official. I do live shows. I upload videos. I'll be uploading some videos tonight. So, you know, we got to understand the attack that's on us. And the first level of unity starts at the house. So your beginning identification of unification begins at home. Now, I know a lot of people, you know, that might feel some kind of way about that. But with that being said, we also have to be mindful of where we're trying to go. We know where we've been. Can't keep doing the same old thing. Oh, and just in case, if any, you know, with the whole troll thing, not everybody black is Democrat. Not everybody black is a leftist. There are some that are just black. And if black interests aren't, you know, when I say black for a lack of a better term. So let's not get into where, oh, this is this, and I thought you would. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about identifying as our group. And whatever label you put on that, you recognize that you're a living human being. I'm talking about that group. So that's another thing I don't really get into is talking stupid. Let's talk real points. Intellectual conversation. Anybody over 30 coming to my space needs to conduct yourself that way, male or female. So we ain't doing all the name calling and none of that over here, but we ain't gonna waste nobody's time and start talking stupid either. You know, too much division based off of that idiotic notion of one being better than the other. One thing I will say about that though, It's not about one being better or the other, or this party being more responsible than this party. What it is 1-2. So there's always a male side of a choice, and then there's a woman side of a choice. Both of those sides have to be analyzed for what they are. So that means when the conversation of the man starts and we start breaking that down, you don't jump into, what about the woman? And vice versa. When you start talking about the woman, then you don't turn around and start, well, what about the men? The men do this too. We can't get into that conversation because we're never addressing it. All we're doing is, what about? And the problem still stays there. I'm offering a different solution. But you got to talk about it. Communication is key. Honest communication is even more important. I'm not a person that mixes my words, so you'll know what I mean by what I said. Never any confusion about me. I don't move that way. Never have, never will. But with that being said, I have to get to this meeting, family. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And again, go follow my YouTube page, ZillaClips Official. That's at YouTube, ZillaClips Official. So I'm gonna get on out here. I might come back on later, who knows. But go subscribe to those YouTube pages and look out for the upcoming content. So with that being said, oh, one more thing. When I post my questions in my stories, I mean, ask me a question. So if there's a question about what you're seeing and about what the content I create, I'm not a commentator, I'm a creator. So always have, always will be, as I said. So hit me up when I post those in my stories. Post your questions. Not promising that I'll get to everyone, but if there's one that I feel that is in line with what I'm trying to do, then we're gonna get it happening. You know. So again, I'm Beatzillapdx. You can find me, ZillaClips Official. Peace.